Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome back again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing Season 10. We are in round 15 of 16, so only this race and one more round to go in this absolutely amazing season that we've had so far. And we are here on Thursdays, as always, with our Platinum class. The Platinum class in Season 10 has been absolutely incredible in terms of the racing performances that they've put on for all of us, and also just the battling and how close it's been all over the grid. Right now, as it stands, Kersey is leading the Drivers' Championship with 202 points, Sequit in second place, 186, and Seafreeze in third with 138, with AlphaTauri leading the Constructors' Championship by 60 points over Mercedes with 340 to Mercedes 280, with a maximum of 88 points total up for grabs in the last two rounds here. So this might get down to the wire and down to our season finale in Mexico next week. But tonight we are at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, USA, and we are here for the USA Grand Prix with a lot of drivers definitely, enjoying their home Grand Prix here today. A lot of our drivers being from the USA and North America in general. So I'm sure they're enjoying the last three rounds to finish off this season 10. In the booth with you guys tonight again is myself, BLIN-MACHINE, and joined for another week in a row in the Platinum class by Motor City. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Blin. I'm doing good. Very interested to see how the guys are gonna attack Circuit of the Americas, especially in the Platinum class. We saw some really good racing in gold and silver, and I think it's going to be the same here.
Alright, and we are running the regular corner cutting rules for this Grand Prix. We will be watching certain corners, especially in the first sector through that wiggly S section of turns 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 pretty much. The drivers are allowed to use the curb a little bit more than the game normally allows you to, but they're not allowed to take more than 3 wheels past the white line. So you pretty much have to keep one wheel on track at all times when you're going through there. Those are going to be mainly corners 3, 9, 12, and 19 on this track of 20 corners in total, totaling at 5.5 kilometers, about 3.4 miles, and we're going to be doing 28 laps here for a 50% race. So it's going to be very exciting. For everything else, though, the drivers are allowed to use the full extent of the curb. So basically, like we usually do in regular rules, you can go with all 4 wheels onto the curb. You just can't take more than 3 wheels off the curb. So that's going to be very interesting here to watch. We've got some first times on the board right now with Seafreeze on provisional pole with a 130.3, Sequit 130.8 in second place right now, Chatty Duck in third, 131.0, and GTR Lion is another one who just completed a lap there with a 131.8, sorry. We've had another time just posted there. It looks like Tasmanian Devil, 130.6. And Kersey goes to the top with a 130.3. So we're getting nice and low there in the times, but we did see some 29s last night in Golden class, so I'm sure our Platinum class will dip into that as well. I just wanted to ask Motor, right now the gap between Kersey and Sequit is quite small. I mean, we have quite a few points still up for grabs in this championship, and they are, just 18 points behind each other, so that's not really much.
No, it's not, and I think it's going to be, I think Sequit basically needs to win this race to, go into battle in Mexico. Penalties, obviously, last week were a big problem, and this week I don't think they are because it's a regular corner cutting. So guys are going to be able to kind of extend the track limits a little more. So I think we're going to see Sequit be a little bit more aggressive. We're going to see him, try and challenge Kersey if he's near him on track. And I don't think any other drivers like Seafreeze are going to do anything, especially to get in his way. I think Sequit's really just going to be going as fast as he can. And I also think Kersey is also going to, he's obviously on pole right now, but not by a lot, so you never know what could happen. But I think both these guys are really going to be driving really hard, and I think one of them needs to win tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, if they really want to put a good gap, or for some of them close up the gap in the championship towards the season finale next week, this is going to be pretty much their chance to shine here tonight. Canada was quite tricky, as you mentioned, with all of the penalties when we were running strict corner cutting rules there. But tonight with the regular, it might help some people out, but they still got to be careful. If you run a little bit too wide, the stewards might give you a penalty after the race, which is not really great. So let's go on board here with KGB Black Angel as he starts a lap. He just crossed the line. He's coming up the hill into turn 1. It's a big left-hander, almost a hairpin-like corner. Oh, and he goes a little bit wide on the exit there, catches the curb, and it's almost spits him out there. Now into 3 and 4 and 5. Beautiful run through there into 6 and into 7 now into this double right-hander up the hill again and down the hill again into the next corner. There's a lot of elevation changes on this lap. This first sector is very, very tricky, as you just saw from KGB there, but he gets a really nice smooth run and down the hill into turn 11, another hairpin to the left, and now you come onto this really long back straight with the DRS zone available here, which he flicks open right now. You're using everything you've got. We saw some beautiful battles here last night in Golden Class with DRS and ERS, and now into turn 12, hard on the brakes, another hard left-hander, and now into another hard right over here into turn, what is that, 6 or 15 and 14 now, and now coming into turn 15, getting it pretty nicely through there, and now you have this beautiful triple right hand corner of 16, 17, and 18 before you come into turn 19. You can usually cut quite a bit of that curb there, and then hard on the brakes again for one last time into the turn 20, and across the line goes KGB and puts himself into 8th place right now with a 131.1, and I just saw Tasmanian Devil jump to provisional pole with a 130.1.
Yeah, that was a very quick lap. Taz is not someone I'd expect to see at the top, especially this season's field. I'm not sure what he's done on the season, but I can look at the points real quick.
He's not doing too bad. He's sitting in, was that 5th place right now?
Yeah, 5th place with 94. 6th with 94 points. Yeah, I mean, I've known Taz for a while. He's always been very fast, and I don't know if USA is one of maybe his good tracks or one of his better tracks, but I think he can, really be that cog in the that can, possibly help Sequit and to get a good finish this race, because I think it's really, this race honestly is really just going to be between Kersey and Sequit. I mean, Seafreeze has a good amount of points, but he's not going to be able to catch them with only 2 races to go. So I think Taz and a couple other guys are really going to play a key role in where and what happens on track.
And just wanted to ask you as well, in terms of strategy, what do you think is going to be the best strategy to run here? I mean, the game tells us you can do a one-stop that could be either, soft to medium or soft to hard. We did see a couple of drivers last night in the Golden Class try to run that hard tire, including Flying Jippo, the champion of Golden Class himself. They had a lot of trouble on it. It's nice in terms of, durability, but it just had no pace to the point where Flying Jippo made an extra pit stop and changed off of it. But yeah, I'm not sure what people are going to run here tonight. What would you do in terms of strategy if you could pick it?
Well, if I were these guys, I would definitely obviously start on a soft. They're the fastest tire by far, and then I'd probably run them around 7-8 laps, depending, maybe even less, just depending on how worn they are from qualifying. And then I'd actually go to the medium tire. So I know the game suggests soft, medium, but you want to go soft, medium, soft, so you can get that middle stint of the race. You can go longer and then on a little bit slower tire, and then at the end of the race, these guys can go on softs, another set, and then they can finish the end of the race on the fastest tire, which I think is the best strategy. A one-stop is just, I mean, yeah, you're doing one less pit stop, but you're on a harder compound tire that obviously, like you said, doesn't have as much pace. So I think a two-stop is definitely what these guys should be doing. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these guys trying the one-stop. but I'd like to see what types of strategies guys like Sequit and Kersey take.
All right, so yeah, that's very interesting. And Sequit goes into provisional pole with just around 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session. He's done a 130.0. Watching Mebby right now, he's just posted 2 fastest sectors in Sector 1 and 2. He's just coming into the last few corners on the track right now, and he might be up there for a good performance. Mebby came in as a reserve driver and impressed very much in the first couple of races. Got a full-time position now, and he's already in 10th place after only racing with us, I think, for what has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races in total. This is going to be a 6th, and he's already in 10th place with 52 points, and he's just gone into 4th place with a 130.184.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how fast guys can be, and it doesn't matter how many races you've been in. If you're fast, you're gonna be up at the front, and you're gonna have good points. And I mean, like you said, he's only been in 5-6 races, and he already has 50 points, which is unbelievable. That's more than a good amount of guys have for the whole season, and they've raced almost every single race. So, good driving for Mebby. I really think he can end up doing something next season if he ends up racing full time. But yeah, he's very quick, and I'd like to see what he can do for this race and see how he can battle with some of the guys like Kersey and Seafreeze and Sequit. So I think it'll be good to see him maybe win a race or be up at the front.
Well, let's see how well he can do here tonight. We are nearing 5 minutes left in this qualifying session. We've got a few people out on track. Kersey is out on an outlap. KGB Black Angel is trying to improve from his 9th place right now. Damaso and W are out there on the track as well, but they've already set a lap in, it looks like, on this particular run. So I'm really going to be looking here at Kersey and his next lap to see what sort of time he's going to be putting in, because he's pretty much the main contender and one of the main fighters for the championship right now. So I'm sure he's going to be really pushing. Let's go on board with him now as he's going to start this lap, opens up the DRS, crosses the line, starts a new lap. This is a long run up the hill. Look at that elevation. That is one of the biggest elevations we see, other than possibly maybe Belgium, going into Rouge and Radion. Oh, catching the outside curb there a little bit. The car wants to step out on him, but he manages to catch it back again. Let's see if this is going to affect his Sector 1 time by a lot. He's going to be crossing the end of Sector 1 right now. He is down on his own time by almost 0.2 of a second. So that first corners there definitely hurt him.
Yeah, it did hurt him. He's really going to have to gain his time back in the second part of this lap. It's a good exit out of the hairpin, and he'll just fire it down the straight, open up his DRS. He'll probably enter this corner at a pretty good speed. Looks like he's taking it very wide. Go ahead, Blin, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say he's coming into turn 12 right now, which is one of the trickiest ones, but he is purple in the second sector, but still almost 0.2 down on his own time.
Yeah, he's going to have to gain it through the third sector. Third sector is one of the harder sectors. As he gets loose there, and that might have compromised the lap right there. He probably lost a good amount of time. And I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled into the pits here. Yeah,
and
he does. So
yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. You were absolutely right. I think he's going to throw on another set and try to make it out there in time, but there's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Tasmanian Devil is out there again on another fresh set, and he's been very quick in the opening stages of this qualifying session. Sequit and Seafreeze in first and second right now, separated by just about 1/10 of a second, and both of them are still in the pits. Mebby is now coming out again on another fresh set as well. So yeah, some more guys tonight here coming into the battle for pole position. Alright, so Tasmanian Devil is rounding up his out lap, and he's going to start another hot lap here. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session in round 15 here in the USA for what is pretty much the last 2 Grand Prix we've got left in Season 10 of TCR. in the Platinum class. So if anybody wants to impress, this is the time right now. Tasmanian Devil very cleanly there through turn 1 and 2, and now coming into the S's in the first sector there. Nice and clean through those S's, keeping the one wheel on the track like he's supposed to. Getting a pretty good run, a little bit wide on the entry there into turn 8, but still getting a pretty good run out of 9 and 10 now, and down into 11. Let's see what he's going to be able to do here. Hard on the brakes, locking up just for a second there on the inside wheel, getting a pretty good run on the outside. Opens up the DRS, and he's now got a long run all the way down into turn 12. And he's going to be rounding up Sector 2 in just a second here as well. We'll see what sort of time he's going to be posting through there. Another tiny lockup on the left front wheel. He is, wow, he is up on everybody's time by about 3/10 in that second sector. That is absolutely huge. Let's see what sort of time he'll be able to post here. Still locking up as he comes out of turn 15 now. And now just a few more corners to go. Tasmanian Devil currently sitting in third place with a 130.1. But can he put himself on pole here as he's going to round up this lap, doing a really wide entry there into the last corner, getting a good exit, DRS open. He does go into pole position with a 129.899, so not a huge gap, and Sequit is now on another hot lap right behind him. Just finished sector 1. He's just about a 10th down on his own time, so not looking good in the first sector for Sequit, but 2 more sectors to go. It's a very long lap here, and there's a lot that can still happen. We did see that Tasmanian Devil didn't really get the best run through sector 3, so Sequit still has a chance here as he comes to the back straight, opens up the DRS out of turn 11 and running down to turn 12 now.
Yeah, he's got to get a good run through the third sector. He's got to really nail it to beat this time, I think.
Oh,
brakes.
Yeah, really big lockup there, but he is purple in sector 2.
That's good. It'll just be sector 3 is pretty hard, especially you got to be pretty much perfect. But I think he might get pole here.
Let's see, just a couple corners to go now out of the penultimate corner and into the last one. Sequit currently sitting in second place. Can he beat his own teammate and go in pole position? He does, just by 50 thousandths of a second there. Seafreeze behind him in third place is still out there on a hot lap. Let's see what sort of time he's going to post here. He's actually in the third sector already, so we didn't see his sector times. But so far, he's only about 3/10 down on Sequit and Tasmanian Devil. Can he go into second place? Can he go into first? Can Kersey beat all of them as well? He's currently sitting in 5th place right now, and he's going to be finishing up a lap in just a second here. Here comes Kersey, you're super wiggly, out of the last corner. He puts himself into 3rd place, beats his teammate. Seafreeze stays 4th, so he drops a position to Kersey, but does improve on his own time. So I think this is going to be what it's going to look like. It looks like Tasmanian Devil has invalidated his second lap, so Sequit steals pole position by 50 thousandths of a second over his teammate Tasmanian Devil and puts himself on pole there. Kersey in 3rd with a 129.9, Seafreeze 130.0 in 4th, Mebby in 5th with a 130.1. So the gaps between 3rd and 6th are not quite, not really big. They're about half a second, and then the gap between 1st and 2nd is just absolutely non-existent.
Yeah, it's really not, and there's really no gap, and I think Sequit really did what he needed to do in this qualifying session. I think he qualified on pole. He didn't, get any, he didn't get, what's the word? He didn't fail to impress. He really beat Kersey, and that's what he needed to do, and he even put his teammate right behind him. So I mean, that's good for Mercedes in both terms. It's good in the Drivers' Championship, and it's good in Constructors as well. And I think that these guys really practice. A lot of these guys practice. You can tell just how close the times are, and I think the race will be a really good one.
So again there, Sequit on pole position with his teammate Tasmanian Devil in 2nd place. And look at that, 2 Mercedes, 2 AlphaTauris lining up there on the 1st and 2nd row with Kersey and Seafreeze in 3rd and 4th, Mebby in 5th, KGB Black Angel in 6th, Fike in 7th, Flip Flop Fish in 8th, Chatty Duck in 9th, 007 in 10th, Mick Marcotti in 11th, GTR Lion in 12th, W in 13th, Damaso in 14th, and we have Z-Grease rounding up the grid as a reserve driver in 15th place. So that will be very interesting to watch here tonight, especially between the battle, with AlphaTauri and Mercedes right now. Mercedes have the upper hand going into the race with a better starting position, but AlphaTauri so far this season have really proved that they have what it takes to be possibly, the champions in the Constructors' Championship tonight. They could win the championship tonight if they outscore if they outscore Mercedes by 24 points. That's really all they need, because that will, or 28 points, sorry, because that will mean that, the most that Mercedes would be able to do is tie them on points between today and the next race. So if they can outscore them by 24 points here tonight, that will be the end of the Constructors' Championship. But the Drivers' Championship is too close to call at this moment. There's still less than a Grand Prix win of a gap between the two top drivers, so we can't even call it until we get into Mexico, even at this point right now.
Yeah, it's going to be close. If I still think Sequit needs to win, and if Kersey wins, it just depends where Sequit finishes. The championship could possibly end tonight. I mean, we don't know. It's gonna be cool to see what happens, and I think it's gonna be a really, really good race.
One person I'm expecting to do well tonight as well is Seafreeze. He actually won last week's Grand Prix in Canada, so he's coming off of a win. I'm sure he's feeling pretty good about it. It is his home Grand Prix as well in the USA, so that's going to give him some additional motivation there, I'm sure. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to turn out. But looking at Tyre Strategies, everybody qualified in the top 10 on that soft tire, so they are starting on that same tire. But Mick Marcotti is going on a soft, GTR Lion on the medium, GTR Lion is going on a soft, and W Damaso and Z-Grease, all three are going on medium tires.
Yeah, I'd expect the guys in the back to go on, the harder compound tire. They're gonna try and maybe do a one-stop, and I think it could possibly work. But I really think the guys in the top 10, everyone in the top 10 should maybe consider a two-stop. I personally I would do a two-stop. I don't know about you, Blin. I mean, it's tough to tell. I mean, the times are just going to be close, and I think, the tire strategies, I think one tire strategy is going to work and the other one's going to fail, just like you talked about how last night having a flying Jippo, so.
Yeah, it's a weird track to call for strategy, really, so it's going to be very interesting, and I think it's going to be a big decider. But another thing that we saw in Silver Class, a lot of safety cars. Golden was a lot cleaner than that. I think we only had a VSC there for a while, but do you think we might see any safety cars here tonight?
I think we can, honestly. I really do think there is going to be a safety car, just because, the aggressiveness. The guys are going to be aggressive. They're not going to want to stop for anything. They're just going to go, kind of full send. So, I am expecting a safety car, but, we did expect one last race, and I don't believe there was a safety car. So, actually, yeah, I think there was. Was there? I don't remember.
I think we had one very late into the race.
Yeah, very late. Yes, we did. Very late.
All right, well, let's get ready, because our drivers are rounding up the last couple of corners on their outlap, warming up their tires, warming up their brakes, and getting everything ready for the race. Flip Flop Fish is the winner of the USA Grand Prix in Season 9, but he was in the Golden class at that time, starting in 8th position in Platinum class today. Let's see what he can do. Can he take 2 wins in a row? It'd be quite tough from 8th to go to 1st, but if he does that, that will be very impressive. The battle for the championship is right there in the front row. It is Seafreeze, Kersey, Sequit, and Tasmanian Devil. As the lights go on, 4 lights, 5 lights are on in the USA. And we go racing here, and it looks like Sequit gets a pretty good start. Tasmanian Devil tucks right behind him there. Kersey is going on the attack on Tasmanian Devil up the hill into turn 1, and he gets the position, or they're still side by side now. Tasmanian Devil actually defends. Now actually Seafreeze is coming under attack from Fike for a 4th position. He's actually already dropped down to 5th. Now they're battling through the wiggly section there in the 1st sector on lap 1. This is a nice exciting start already.
Yeah, and Sequit got a good start there. Good start from Kersey as well. I don't know what happened to Seafreeze, but it looks like he did get by Fike for 4th again. So I could see Sequit kind of, you know, being there as a buffer to keep Kersey behind, but I think Kersey's going to have the pace.
Let's see how this is going to work out for everyone. Maybe dropped down to 6th position now, so Fike overtook him for 5th, so that was very impressive start from Fike. There's a little bit of battling going on between Kersey and Tasmanian Devil. Tasmanian Devil locks up and goes a little bit wide. Kersey goes down the inside. They make a tiny little bit of touch there. They're still side by side into the next sequence of corners. They're still side by side now into turn 14 and 15. This is absolutely crazy between those two, but Kersey up into 2nd place now for the time being. I'm sure Tasmanian Devil is going to come back at him very, very soon, because these two guys are absolutely incredible and they're already putting on the show. Sequid, though, this is allowing him to get away a little bit. He's already 8/10ths clear of Kersey after lap 1. In another lap's time, we're going to have DRS enabled, and I'm sure that you know, Sequid wants to be as far away from Kersey at that point as possible.
Yeah, Sequid wants to have at least, you know, a second, maybe a second and a half lead. It looks like Kersey is way faster through the 3rd sector. He gained a lot of time through there. He gained about 3 or 4 tenths just through the 3rd sector alone. So it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be hard for Sequid to pull away, but you never know. You never know what could happen. There's a lot of the race left, and I think these guys are going to end up battling it out for the rest of the race.
Kersey right on the back wing of Sequid as we're coming now into turn 11 on lap 2. This is where we're going to get that really huge back straight. We don't have the DRS just yet, but you can still catch some nice slipstream behind the car in front. And Sequid right now is trying to break that toe as much as possible away from Kersey. Predicted pit strategies: 1 stop to a hard, 2 stops, soft to a medium. But of course, you can play around with that as well. You can go soft, medium, soft, or depending on if there's any safety cars or if any incidents happen, you can change all of that up completely. Back a little bit further, there's 007 closing up on Flip-Flop Fish, and Black Angel was thinking about making a move there on Mebi, but not quite close enough on this occasion. So a lot of people very close to each other at this point in time. We're only on lap 2 and about to start lap 3, so we will have DRS enabled on this next lap, and that's going to spice things up for us.
Yeah, definitely will. I've noticed that the guys on the medium compound tires have kind of fallen off. Nick Marcotti, Damaso, W, and Segrist. They've all kind of fallen off, but whoa, as Segrist just went way off in the final corner, but he's back on track, it looks like. I just wanted to say that I've noticed the guys on the mediums have kind of fallen off a little bit, but that's kind of expected. It is a harder compound tire. The guys on the softs are going to have the advantage, but they also have the disadvantage because they're not going to be able to go as far into the first stint. So it's going to be, like you said, the strategy. It's going to be interesting to see what tire that these guys decide to put on. I feel like we're going to see some guys put on medium and some guys maybe even put on the hard if they really think they can go to the end of the race.
Yeah, these soft tires, they're great on pace for the start of the race, but they don't last for too long. I mean, really, you can run them for, you know, ultimate pace for about 6 or 7 laps, and then you are going to be just dragging them home. As now Kersey is going for a move around the outside into turn 12 on Sequid, going for the switchback now as Sequid goes a tiny little bit wide into turn 12, now into turn 13. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. I'm hoping nobody gets damaged from that. Sequid jumps back up into the lead, but Kersey comes back at him again. They're still side by side now into turn 15. Kersey jumps ahead of Sequid by just by inches. Now they're side by side again, coming through the triple right-hander. Another little touch between the two of them. So these two are going at it really aggressively. A huge touch, and Kersey spins off the car into turn 19 there. That was absolutely horrible entry from him. I knew that that was going to be coming, and then he comes back on the track, and Chatty Duck had to avoid him, and also now GTR Lion is overtaking him. So Kersey's dropping down all the way down to 11th place. Tasmanian Devil is thinking about making a move on Seafreeze there, but wasn't quite close just enough. But wow, that was a big incident, and I think Kersey should have probably backed out of that. There was not enough space going into that corner, and I think he knew it.
Yeah, there wasn't enough space doing that. That was a mistake from Kersey, I think, and I think he was just trying to be really aggressive, and it ended up costing him. He hit the back of Secret's tire and just kind of went in a little bit too deep, and it spun him around. I was surprised Tasmanian Devil ended up getting out of the way because he went super deep into that corner and almost hit Kersey. So luckily no damage there, but yeah, big incident and possibly championship changing incident.
Here comes Tasmanian Devil on Seafreeze into turn 12 now on that back straight with the DRS available to him, and he overtakes him now for second position. So Seafreeze now down in third. AlphaTauri losing positions all of a sudden here on lap 4 of 28. We still got a really long way to go, but this is not the whole sort of start that AlphaTauri were hoping for. I mean, Kersey was doing really well there, putting himself into second place right off the start there and putting on some real pressure on Sequit, but unfortunately didn't quite work out for him in the end. And yeah, it's still a long way to go. As I said, we'll see if he can recover back.
It's going to be really tough for Kersey. I mean, he really kind of fell off. He's really kind of fallen off, and I'm sure those tires aren't really feeling that good either. I wouldn't be surprised if he really tried to go for the one stop now and tried for either a medium compound or a hard compound, because I know he's really good at saving his tires. So I think I think you'll still see him on the podium at the end of the race. Obviously, you're not right now, but I mean, he's fast. He's obviously, for a reason, he's in first in the championship right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on the podium at all.
Yeah, you can't discount anyone out of anything in Platinum class. It could come back and turn around at any moment. And I'm watching right now as Mebi starting to put pressure on Fike for 4th position in this race. Mebi started 6th, making up positions quickly. And again, you know, just wanted to point out how some drivers, as you mentioned, doesn't matter if they're new to the league, but this guy came out of nowhere and is very much impressing. So I'm hoping he will have another full-time seat for next season. And it's just unbelievable that we're already in round 15, and we've made it through 15 rounds in season 10. We've seen so much, we've had so much excitement, so much action going on everywhere, and it's not over yet. I love to see it when, you know, a season comes down to the last couple of races to make a decision on championships and everything else like that. And this is exactly what we've gotten from, you know, both Silver class and from Platinum class this season. Even Golden class was quite tight, but Flying Jippo definitely had a pretty good hold there. So yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely exciting season here, and I'm just loving watching this action now coming into the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I agree. The action this season in all 3 tiers has been crazy. Lots of good racing, you know, hard racing, especially Platinum is just, it's been unbelievable for me to watch. You know, just commentating 2 races has been really cool to see, and just cool to be commentating with you, BLIN. Obviously, it's a pleasure. I have a pleasure doing it with you. I have fun racing with you in Silver. And I think this season is one of TCR's best, if not its best, for battling, for pace, in every single tier. I think guys have really stepped their game up. Some people have kind of fallen off, but some people have gotten faster, and it's really cool to see you guys, you know, improve and see who is teammates with who and where people are going to go next season. And I think a lot of the guys in Platinum are going to stay together just because, you know, maybe they have that good mesh. It seems like Taz and Sequid, and I don't think Seafreeze is going to end up racing next season. But I mean, you never know what can happen, and if guys, you know, they work good together, they're going to stay together, and I think that's going to be what's going to happen in a lot of the other tiers as well.
Yeah, I can't wait till the next season starts and see what sort of action that's going to bring our way. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit sad next week in Mexico, ending off a season. I really don't know how we're going to do that, but it's going to be an exciting one. Mexico always brings on some great racing, and so does USA. I mean, look right now, Sequid in the lead. He's not getting away from anyone. Tasmanian Devil 4/10s behind him, Seafreeze 5/10s behind him, FYKV 5/10s behind, Mebi 5/10s behind. We have a DRS train from 1st to 9th.
really crazy to see. I mean, you don't really see a lot of DRS trains, and honestly, I wouldn't really expect it at this track. I'd expect it at more of a smaller circuit, not, you know, but this is crazy to see. It just goes to show you how fast and how closely paced these guys are in Platinum. It's I think it's really cool to see, and, you know, basically anyone from first to, you know, 8th or 9th could win this race. It's really cool to see, and I think guys are going to end up being really aggressive, especially with their strategy and towards the middle of the race. You never know what can happen, anything. Safety car, someone crashes, you know, and it really changes the course of the race. So I think these guys in 1st through 8th or 9th are really probably going to follow each other.
And we are now on lap 7 of 28, so also some of these drivers are going to start thinking about, do I go for an undercut, or do I make these tires last for a little bit longer and try to pull off a one-stop? We're getting into that time period right now where, you know, an undercut could be possible, and we've seen some guys in Golden Class last night do it, and it sort of worked out for some people. And there we go, there's the animation. Pit window is now open to go for a one-stop to a hard tire, or to go for a two-stop, either onto another set of softs or possibly another set of mediums, and then put on a fast set of softs towards the end. Tasmanian Devil putting on some pressure on Sequit now. Sequit looks like his car is a little bit understeery coming into corners, a little bit oversteer coming out of the corners. Looks like it's sliding around, so maybe those tires are starting to scream a little bit. Of course, being in the lead, he doesn't have DRS to help him out, so he's probably defending with, you know, a little bit of extra push, a little bit of extra overtake as well on the straights, maybe some rich mix to help him along. So all of those things are definitely gonna hurt his pace as those tires become older and older. I just want to throw out a quick thank you to everybody who's watching the stream, and leave us a like, leave us some comments as well. Oh, there goes Tasmanian Devil down the inside on Sequid, but he makes it, he runs wide, and Sequid retakes the lead there, but that came down to almost a change of lead, and this DRS train continues on. But yeah, what I was saying there is keep your comments coming in. I see same TJ sending in some comments, and also Jose Luciano is back for another stream as well. Thank you guys so much for, you know, tuning in to our streams every single week. And yeah, he says back at it, and that's exactly what it feels like today in Platinum class. These guys are just back at it, exactly what they do every single week.
Yeah, they really are. I'm surprised, as you said, Taz was overtaking Sequid, but he ended up going deep into the corner. I'm surprised that that's happening.
Oh no, maybe touched the back of Seafreeze, and he spun out in turn 1, so that is going to be unfortunate for him. Drops himself down to 7th place. He was running, I think, in around 4th or 5th there, so he was doing really well, but that's going to drop him back a little bit. Tasmanian putting more pressure on Sequid this time around. He's going to be a little bit closer coming into turn 11. Is he thinking about a move? He was thinking about a move there. Very quickly backs out of it, and then now he gets a pretty good run out of turn 11. He's going to have the DRS, he's going to have slipstream. He's using his overtake as well. He's closing up on Sequid. Is he going to be close enough to make a move into turn 12? Here he comes. They're side by side. He does overtake him into turn 12. Is Sequid going to go down the inside? He does go down the inside. Tasmanian Devil locks up again and goes wide again and drops back to 2nd place again. And now Seafreeze is right on his tail.
Yeah, I don't understand what Taz is really doing here. I mean, I get he has the pace, he has the DRS, but I mean, Sequid's in fight for a championship. I really wouldn't be messing with him, especially because he's your teammate. I wouldn't be messing with him right now, and I kind of just let him be and maybe be that buffer. But I mean, it looks like Taz is going for it. Sequid goes into the pits, and Seafreeze, and Fike.
Alright, so there we go. Those are the undercut attempts from Sequid, Seafreeze, and Fike, and Mebi. All 4 of them into the pits now, so Tasmanian Devil inherits the lead. 007 comes up into 2nd place. KGB Black Angel into 3rd. He's actually making a move right now on 007 as they come out of turn 1, and they're coming into the S section of Sector 1. That is not a place where you want to go side by side, and they definitely don't on this occasion. But KGB Black Angel sticking right to the back of 007 there. This is turning out to be very exciting. These two guys are making their 9-lap-old soft tires work quite well right now. Tasmanian Devil, though, he had to continue on for another lap, and seems to be working his way. He's about 3.4 seconds clear of the car behind, which is 007. So he's probably going to be pitting on this lap, or he might continue on for another lap. That's going to be another thing to watch here. Sequid right on the back of Damaso. He came out in 8th place. Seafreeze right behind him in 9th place. W just retired from the race. We have a yellow flag in Sector 2. What happened to W? Oh, and Flip-Flop Fish just spun out and stopped on the racetrack. And we have a virtual safety car.
Looks like the two might have made contact. I didn't end up seeing what happened, but I just saw Flip-Flop spun around, and he has basically half of his wing, and it looks like they might have made contact. I didn't really see. It looks like W went into the outside wall, and his tire popped off. I couldn't really see. But yeah, that hurts him, and honestly, it helps guys like Taz, especially because it's a virtual safety car. Guys aren't going to be going as fast.
Yeah, there goes Taz, Black Angel, and 007, and Kersey, and Chatty Duck. All of the guys who haven't pitted yet from the soft tires are pitting from them now. So I've seen Sequid came out on the hard tire. I'm not sure he's going to like it very much. And the rest of the guys, oh, Black Angel also onto the hard tire again. I really think he's going to regret that, because we saw guys last night in gold absolutely hating the pace that they were getting on that hard tire. But he comes back out into 4th place there. He was actually battling with KGB Black Angel there for a position for a second, but he has to tuck in behind them into 4th place. That was a little bit close between the two of them. So Taz manages to keep his 1st place right now because of the VSC, and he's back onto racing conditions now on a medium tire, still in the lead by 2 seconds over Mick Marcotti, who hasn't pitted from his medium tires. And then we have KGB Black Angel and Sequid in 3rd and 4th, but they both have penalties to their name, and yeah, it's a drive-through.
Yeah, speeding under the virtual safety car.
And so does 007.
Yes, that's gonna hurt. They can get these reviewed, but I mean, you have to serve this penalty before the end of the race, just so you don't get disqualified. I mean, it's really gonna hurt Sequid.
Wow.
That's race changing. I mean, and for KGB Black Angel, I mean, he came out in such a good position, and so did Tasmanian Devil. I mean, that virtual safety car helped him, but it's gonna hurt Sequid even more now that he has to do a drive-through and possibly give Kersey this championship even tonight.
I was just gonna say, I think this puts Kersey right back into play here tonight, even to possibly win this race. And there he goes for his drive-through now. Sequid pulling into the pits, so does KGB Black Angel. Both of them coming in through their drive-throughs as soon as possible to get it out of the way. And I think that's possibly why they both went onto that hard tire. They figured they'll have to do a drive-through, so you might as well put on a one-stop strategy tire and see where you can recover to. So this means that right now Tasmanian Devil is leading, and he doesn't really have to worry about anything. Mick Marcotti behind him is 4.5 seconds behind. Seafreeze 1.4 seconds behind Mick Marcotti in 3rd. 007 still has that drive-through to his name, but he's running in 4th place right now. And Kersey has already made his way back up into 5th from the early pit stop that he made. And he's, yeah, as I said, just pretty much coming back into play right now because of the fact that Sequid had to make a pit stop. Or a drive-through, sorry.
Yeah, and I noticed that he went on the mediums as well, and Taz did as well. So these guys are going to, I think they're going to either try and stretch these tires to the end. I mean, you never know what can happen. These guys are just really good at saving tires in Platinum. Or maybe they're going to do a two-stop, like the soft, medium, soft strategy. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, especially what Taz, professional. He has a drive-through though. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And Sequid, I mean, it kind of just screwed him over because he's still on the hards and he had to do a drive-through penalty. He's on the hardest compound tire, the slowest compound tire. Like you said, people in the other tier have been having problems. So I mean, it's going to hurt him a lot, and I think he's probably upset. I mean, I would be.
Oh wow, Zegrees gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings during regular corner cutting rules, so I'm not sure exactly how he did that. Kersey moves himself up into 4th place into turn 1 on lap 13, overtaking Mick Marcotti, but 007 in front of him still has that drive-through penalty, so pretty much Kersey is right now in 3rd place, and possibly doesn't have to make another stop. I'm sure he can make it another 15 laps on that medium. 007 has that drive-through. Seafreeze doesn't really have to stop again either. He can definitely make it until the end. So Kersey has a possible chance of putting on some pressure onto Seafreeze later on in the race. Right now, 007 is right on the back of Seafreeze and has DRS on him as well.
Yeah, I think Professional is probably going to end up waiting out his drive-through.
And there he goes up into 2nd place, overtaking Seafreeze into turn 12 with a really nice move there. And Seafreeze just pretty much doesn't have to worry about that because 007 has that drive-through, so he'll just have to tuck behind him, keep within the DRS zone, and wait until 007 has to make that drive-through.
Yeah, it hurts to get a drive-through. It's happened to me before under a virtual safety car. You know, you're going too fast, and maybe you're not looking at the delta, and you just end up speeding, and you get that drive-through, and it hurts. As it looks like he just Professional just drove in. And he's going to take his drive-through now. So it's crazy. Another fastest lap. He's flying. That's his 2nd fastest lap. He's going to make a move on Seafreeze. Oh wow, he is into turn 1. And there's 2nd place for Kersey. Unbelievable comeback from him.
Fike, oh, big battle here between Fike, Chadidak, and Mick Marcotti. Fike overtook Mick Marcotti for 4th place, but Chadidak was thinking about joining that battle there for a second and backed out of it at the last moment. Seafreeze now drops into 3rd place, as you mentioned. Kersey up into 2nd. Tasmanian Devil is 6.7 seconds clear in 1st place on the right tire, on the right strategy. It looks like this might be the day for Tasmanian Devil to put in a win to his name. He hasn't had a win this season. He has 2 podiums with 3rd places in Abu Dhabi and in Bahrain. So it looks like he does really well in the Middle East. Let's see if he can take a win in North America.
Yeah, it's very surprising to me. Taz it's not surprising me, but it is surprising to me. You know, maybe, I mean, he's leaving the race. He's kind of putting a stall to, I guess, Sequit's championship hopes. But I mean, he's flying. He's 6.6 seconds ahead of the guys behind him, and it's also helping Mercedes kind of in the constructors. But I mean, AlphaTauri is right there in 2nd and 3rd. So I mean, this race is. I think this race isn't over yet. But I mean, you never know. There might not be a safety car, and I mean, Sequit might not be able to get back to the front, maybe not even to the top 5. He is on the slowest compound tire, so I think Sequit's I think he might be done here.
Battle of the Red Bulls. Mebby overtaking Mick Marcotti into turn 1 on lap 15, and up into 6th place goes Mebby once again. He's also on that hard compound tire, hoping to make it until the end, but so are all the other people who are running on mediums. I mean, that's exactly what we saw from the fastest guys in Golden class last night, doing a soft to a medium one-stopper, and it worked out just fine for them, and I think it will work out for Tasmanian Devil, Kersey, and Seafreeze, and Chadidak, and possibly 007 as well. They might still be able to make up some positions in front of them. Some people might decide to pit. So we'll have to wait and see. We still have a lot of time to go. Here comes Sequit trying to make a move on Mick Marcotti for 7th place. They're side by side. They're going to be still side by side into turn 12. Sequit is going to go down the inside, and he takes the position away from Mick Marcotti for now. And that was a very nice move there on the straight with the DRS, making it work.
Yeah, it was. He gained a lot of time that lap. I believe he was 2 seconds behind Mick Marcotti, so something must have happened. But Sequit's kind of, maybe those hard tires are just getting warm, and maybe they're kicking in, and maybe they're going to end up working for him. And looks like he's pretty fast on them, so I mean, maybe he'll be able to get into the top 5, as maybe he picks up a 3-second time penalty for cutting on regular corner cutting. So yeah, I mean, maybe Sequit's not done. Maybe I should take that back. Maybe he isn't quite out of the championship yet. You never know.
Yeah, definitely. He still has a chance here, but right now it looks pretty good for Kersey running in second place with Seafreeze in third. So a great performance for AlphaTauri as well. And at the moment, though, Tasmanian still in the lead, and Kersey's starting to dig into that lead by about 3/10 on the last lap. So slowly but surely, we still got 12 laps to go. He could possibly make it work. He could catch up to him and start putting some pressure. Chatty Duck right now running in 5th place, catching up to the back of Fike, and they're on completely different tire strategies and tire compounds. So this might be a nice little battle to watch here. Here comes Chatty Duck with the DRS. Look at that huge closing speed that he's got on Fike into turn 12. He's going to elect to go round the outside. Fike is going to hold to the inside into the corner. They give each other enough space there. They're side by side, but they're making a nice clean move, and Chatty Duck up into 4th place. That was beautiful battling between those two.
That was a really good move by Chatty Duck. He's on the faster compound tire. He's been on them a lap less, and I think he's going to end up flying. He is 7 seconds behind Seafreeze. He might not catch him, but he did get past Fike, and which he needed to do. He needed to get past Fike because Fike is on a harder tire. But yeah, I think the guys on the hards are really struggling. I mean, like you said earlier, the guys in silver and gold were complaining about how, you know, they just have no pace, and it looks like for maybe Sequit they might, but it looks like for other guys like Mebby and Fike, they don't necessarily have that good pace. So I think the guys on hards, I think they're going to end up being hurt by this, and it looks like the guys on mediums are flying, and hopefully the guys on mediums can hold their tires for the rest of the race.
So Mick Marcotti just dropped another position. He's down to 9th place there, overtaken by 007, moves himself up into 8th. And the field is sort of stretching out. If you look in places, there's some people, they're all in pairs, sort of following each other in DRS zones. Watching right now as Seafreeze is starting to close up on Kersey. The battle of the teammates. We see them helping out each other in qualifying with Slipstream and things like that with Toe on the straights, but when it comes to the race itself, it looks like these two have pretty much an open policy on racing on track, and they're just gonna see who takes it on pure skill here by keeping it clean. So that's exactly what we like to see from teammates.
Yeah, you like to see that from teammates. You know, if you don't wreck each other, you know, that's a good thing, and you know, racing good and clean together, that makes for really good teammates, and that makes, you know, you'll end up having a really good season if, you know, you're not wrecking each other, keeping it clean, especially as teammates. And I just saw Sequit get past Mebby. He's up 6th now, and he's only 1.6 seconds behind Fike, who is only half a second behind Chatty Duck. So Sequit has a chance to get back up to 4th here. I think he'll end up doing it, and maybe it'll save his championship.
Yeah, and look at Kersey digging into the lead that Tasmanian Devil has slowly but surely. Here comes Mebby on Sequit trying to make a move back on him. He just got passed by Sequit on the last lap, but Sequit now running a little bit wider into the corners than Mebby is, and that's where he's closing up the time. But Kersey now 4.5 seconds behind Tasmanian Devil. I think it was 3 laps ago that we were looking at that, and he was about 7 seconds behind. So he's doing an immense job of closing up to the leader and possibly trying to make it work to make a move right towards the end of the race and try to steal away the win here tonight. That would be very exciting from Kersey.
Yeah, it would, and he's really digging into Tasmanian's time, as you said. He's getting maybe half a second, 3/10 half a second a lap. So I mean, he's maybe even more. I mean, he's really digging into it, and Seafreeze is staying right with him, just staying inside of a second and getting that DRS. And I think, you know, it might be victorious for AlphaTauri in both championships today.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math here as it stands right now. Sequit in 6th place, so he would get 8 points to his name. The gap right now between them is 16 points. So that would make the gap 8 points, but then Kersey in 2nd would get 18 points to his name. So that would make the gap 26 points, which is exactly what you can get as a maximum from a win in the fastest lap in the next race. So as it stands right now, if they finish, the maximum they can do is they can get tied on points, which then it would come down to wins. So looking at Sequit has 1, 2, 3 wins this season, and Kersey has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. So Kersey could be crowned the championship if Sequit stays in the same position, but if Sequit gains one more position and Kersey does not get the win, then Sequit keeps it alive for next week. That is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is going to be incredible, and I think Kersey, I don't think he's focused on that right now. I think he's focused at getting to the front. He's focused on catching Tasmanian Devil, and I think Sequit's focused on finishing as high as he possibly can, and he's probably thinking about it more than Kersey is, because he was under pressure because he was already down by a good amount of points. So it's gonna be really, really close, I think, at the end of this.
And look at that, he's already taken out another second out of Tasmanian's lead. We're now down to 3.9 seconds. We were at 4.9 on the last lap. So the pace that Kersey has is absolutely incredible, and Seafreeze is just using that pace and the DRS behind him to tow himself along, because they're both closing up on Tasmanian Devil. So if they get involved with Tasmanian Devil in the last couple of laps, they might pull off a 1-2 here even. You know, we also, looking at the tire strategies, Tasmanian Devil and Kersey are on exactly the same tire strategy. They pitted 8 laps ago together onto those medium tires, and then we have Seafreeze on 1 lap older tires, but he's still making them work incredibly well right now. So it is absolutely anybody's game. Oh, we have a car off. Who is that? Is that Seagrease? Yeah, that's Seagrease off, getting a 3-second penalty and going into the pits.
Yeah, Seagrease has not been having a good day. He's been really struggling, and when he retires, so retires in the pits. Hopefully no safety car. I don't think it will bring out a safety car. I think it's just going to be a yellow in Sector 3, and that car will hopefully go away. But yeah, Taz he lost 6/10 this lap. As you said, he lost about a second the lap before. He's lost about 5/6 this lap. So I mean, the two AlphaTauris are really catching him, and Sequit, as we see, oh god, his car's coming back out on track. Oh no. As Taz is coming down the straight right now, this might not be good. Hopefully it pulls off.
We had another brief yellow in Sector 3 there, but we seem to be okay. The leaders are about to come through where the DNF'd Z-Grease is. Hopefully he pulls off to the side here soon. We're going to watch him on board from Secret, and there he goes, pulling off to the side. So, yeah, it's pretty safe retirement there. Luckily did not bring out a safety car or anything else, but the battle continues. Tasmanian Devil in the lead on lap 21 of 28 with 2.9 second gap. So again, another second that Kersey has managed to take out of that gap. Seafreeze right behind his teammate in 3rd place with 0.6 of a second behind. And then we're now watching this battle here of Sequit on FYKV for what is pretty much his lifeline in this driver championship in season 10 in platinum class. If he can gain this position and he can stay in 5th, he will have enough to take the battle on to Mexico for the season finale. But as it stands at the moment, if well, he also needs Kersey to stay where he is, and Kersey is doing an incredible job of closing up Tasmania. Here goes Sequit down the inside on FYKV. For a second there, it looked like he might even go for a move on Chatty, but he thinks twice about it. FYKV thinking about coming back at him into turn 13. Not going to happen there. And as it stands right now, Sequit is going to have enough points to take this driver championship battle to the last Grand Prix of the season. He's also now closing up to Chatty Doc very, very quickly, and if he gains this extra position, well, that's just extra cherry on the top for him, and really gonna help him out as they are gonna go into Mexico, because he's still going to have to win the race, gonna have to get maximum points, and he's gonna have to hope that Kersey has an absolutely horrible race there. So still a lot to do left for Sequit, thinking about a move on Chatty Doc into turn 1. Chatty Doc actually leaves him enough space there, playing it a little bit safe. Oh, and he's thinking about going down the inside into the S's. That was very dangerous there for a second.
Yeah, Sequit's got to be careful here. He can't mess up his wing. He can't spin. He can't do anything. He's gotta get around Chatty, but he's gotta be careful. You know, you still got 6-7 laps to do it. So you gotta be patient. You can't rush it. But I think he's gonna end up getting it done maybe on this straight right here.
Kersey now 1.9 seconds behind Tasmanian Devil. Another second taken out of that gap. So it's pretty much a second a lap that Kersey and Seafreeze are closing on Tasmanian Devil by. That is absolutely incredible. Here comes Sequid on Chatty Duck with the DRS. No overtake because he's down to 2%. He's going to go down the inside into turn 12. He's going to have the inside line through there, and I think that's going to be enough to move himself into 4th place right now. Very nice move from Sequid. Now he can either try and close up on the guys in front, but that's 11.5 seconds, which is going to be impossible. So pretty much now he has to absolutely pray that Kersey does not overtake Tasmanian Devil for the win.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, Kersey is he's gonna do good regardless. He's gonna get a good haul of points, it looks like. But yeah, Secret just kind of has to hope that his teammate can keep Kersey behind him. And Secret really has nowhere else to go except 4th, and he's kind of got to pull away from these guys and get, especially guys like Chatty, who's on not as hard tire. He's got to pull about like a second or a second and a half just so they can't get DRS. That'll be good, and he'll be able to pull away and keep 4th.
This is very, very close. So if Kersey does overtake Tasmanian Devil, which is now within his DRS, he's only half a second behind. This is absolutely incredible. But if Kersey does win this race here today, and if Secret stays in 4th position, the battle for the championship will still be alive, but the gap will only be, or I mean, sorry, not the gap, but the gap sort of is only going to come down to pretty much 4 points at the end of the championship. So if Secret wants to win the championship in the last race, if Kersey wins here today, he's going to need Kersey to not score any points whatsoever, pretty much, or outscore him by more than 21 points. That is going to be very, very, very hard to do.
Yeah, it is, and I think Kersey's going to try and make the move here, and I think he knows that...
A little tap!
Wow, he made a little contact, yeah. I hope he didn't get wing damage. I don't think he did. But yeah, I think he's going to end up getting Taz, and Taz is going to defend both these AlphaTauris, and you never know. Maybe Seafreeze has a chance at winning the race, but I don't think he would I don't think he would win just because, his teammate is in the battle for a championship. So...
Wow, this is very exciting right now, and again, this is for the championship decider possibly. This could change a lot as we go into the last season finale race, and Kersey really pushing on Tasmanian Devil. We're watching from on board from Seafreeze, who's very, very close behind them as well, and this gives us a really nice angle on the battle in front. Seafreeze gets a really nice run into turn 11. Here comes Kersey on Tasmanian Devil. Let's see if he's going to be able to make it happen before they make it into turn 12 here. Tasmanian defense to the outside. Kersey goes down the inside. Tasmanian squeezes them a little bit and goes really deep down the inside. He overshoots the corner, and there goes Kersey on the switchback and up into the lead. Now here comes Seafreeze as well, thinking about making a move on Tasmanian Devil for 2nd place. And not quite making it work there, but he's still got enough pace and enough time in this race to make it work.
Yeah, he does, and that was a really good move from Kersey. He stayed patient, and Taz kind of folded under the pressure and locked up and went deep into the corner. And I think Kersey's got this race locked up now. He'll just try and run some consistent laps, maybe not overheat his tires. He's in some clean air now, so he'll be able to really get some decent laps going. He's still got like 50% of overtake, which is crazy. I mean, he caught up to Taz really quick. As Secret gets a 3-second time penalty, that doesn't help.
Oh no, and he's only a 1.5 seconds clear of Chatty Duck, so he will drop back to 5th place if that is going to be how the race is going to finish, and that will mean that Kersey will be the champion here tonight.
This is just unbelievable. I mean, everything that that could go wrong for Secret has kind of gone wrong up to this point. I mean,
absolutely.
The drive-through and just getting a 3-second penalty, and it's hurt him, and I think it's going to end up costing him his season and his championship. Just it's crazy to see that one race in a matter of 20 laps can destroy your whole season. It sucks, and it's kind of sad to see. It's not over
Wow.
yet, though.
And here comes Seafreeze round the outside into turn 12 on Tasmanian Devil. He got the run into there. They make a tiny little touch. Tasmanian Devil still side by side. Oh, and now a big touch onto the front wing of Tasmanian Devil. Might have chopped off a little bit of his end plate there. That was a nice hefty touch, but Seafreeze moving up into second place. It's a 1-2 for AlphaTauri as it stands right now on lap 25 of 28. And as you mentioned, this would pretty much seal the championship. Although, actually, no, I'm not so sure about that because Tasmanian Devil and Sequid are both in third and fourth. Sequid will drop down to fifth place. So I'm not going to call the constructors just yet. But as it stands, this will be the championship winning drive for Kersey.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see Sequid kind of pulling away from Chatty. He went from about 1.7 to 2 seconds, so I mean, maybe Chatty's tires are fading. It's going to be really close with only 3 laps to go. So, I mean, it's going to be. I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be within a tenth or two of Sequid either making it or breaking it for the championship to move on to Mexico.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. Right now, Sequid 2.3 seconds ahead of Chatty Duck, so that would still drop him down to fifth place. We've only got a couple of laps to go here. Tasmanian Devil keeping right behind Seafreeze, but Kersey ahead of Seafreeze is actually pulled out of his DRS zone. He's 1.3 seconds ahead. Fike there fighting with Chatty Duck for fifth place. Fike has been on the back of him for quite a while, actually. Oh, and Tasmanian Devil made a move on Seafreeze into turn 12 after the DRS zone, and he's back into second place.
Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive move. I feel like that was payback for Seafreeze getting a little bit of his wing, and I think, whoa, I think Chatty Duck just spun. Or no, he got passed by Fike. Fike got by him. This might be good for Sequid as these guys are battling, and now the gap's up to almost 3.2 seconds. So I think Sequid could possibly be in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do the math. So right now, Kersey is at 202 points. He will be at 227 after the win. Sequid, 186 points, but he will have 12 more points to his name at fourth if he finishes in fourth place. So even as it stands right now, even if he finishes in fourth, I think Kersey has it because that's a gap of 29 points.
Yeah, and I think it's... Yeah, I think it's pretty much over now. I mean, if Kersey can hold on and win, I mean, it sucks to see, but I mean, good for Kersey. I mean, it was a good battle with these guys the whole season, and yeah. Still got some battling going on. Seafreeze is still only half a second behind Taz for second place.
Here comes Seafreeze on Tasmanian Devil trying to take back that second place and not quite close enough right now. We're on lap 27 of 28. Just one more lap to go. It's unbelievable that the Platinum Class Championship could be decided here in just a matter of a lap. That's going to be absolutely incredible, and this has been a very long season, a very hard season for a lot of our drivers here. I know these drivers train so hard and practice every single week for many hours to make sure that they're ready for the big race. I know myself, you know, I screw up many times in practice, but when it comes to the race, somehow you just click into what you've learned from practice and you just go at it and you make it work. And this is exactly what these guys have been showing us all season long. It's going to be fully deserving, as I mentioned, of Kersey. Oh my god, Seafreeze almost ran into the back of Tasmanian Devil, but as I was mentioning, fully deserving of Kersey to win this championship here tonight. As long as he can make it to the line on this last lap, he will be crowned the Platinum Class Champion of Season 10. And what a title. I mean, that means everything, I'm sure, to these guys and to everybody in TCR to be crowned a champion. We already have one champion in Golden Class has been crowned a couple of weeks ago, and that was Flying Jippo. And yeah, now Kersey is gonna join that big list of champions. That is gonna be super exciting. He's now on the back straight and almost done this lap.
Yeah, he's weaving now, and I think he knows that he might have it. I think he knows he has it in the bag, and just a great drive. I mean, unbelievable pace. and great strategy. You know, going from soft to medium and being able to do 16 laps, 17 laps on these tires. It's incredible to see, and
oh no! Oh no! Seafreeze just got collected by Tasmanian Devil and he's out of the race. He crashed into the wall. Tasmanian Devil up into second place. Sequid up into third place. Of course, he still has that penalty, but he's gonna keep that position. I'm sure Seafreeze is gonna be absolutely fuming about that. But here goes Kersey across the line to win the race, to win the championship in Season 10. He is your Platinum Class champion. You're watching him right here, and what an amazing drive here tonight to make it work and secure that title.
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened there with Seafreeze. It looked like they had just maybe gotten collected with each other, but I mean, wow, that's going to be an interesting one for the
So now actually I have to do a little bit more maths now. So wait a second. So Sequid now finishes third. So
yep.
He's going to have, what is it, 15 points to his name. So he's going to be at 201 versus 227. Yeah, it is over. Kersey is your champion because the best that Sequid can do in the next race is tie him on points for the season, and then it would come down to wins. And of course, Kersey just added another win to his championship tally and to his run in this season. Now he has 6 wins to his name and a total of 9 podiums in this season. What an incredible run from Kersey. What a great championship season.
That's unbelievable. That was a really good race, really good season for Kersey and everyone in Platinum Class, and congratulations, and I'm sure we'll be talking to them in a second.
Yeah, we will get Kersey and Tasmanian and Sequid into our podium finishers. Of course, right now Tasmanian is on that podium, but it might not be the case after the stewards have a look. But there's your champion of Season 10 Platinum Class in TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. It is Kersey lifting up that trophy here in the USA, where another win to his name in the season, but also, most importantly, securing enough points to win the championship here today and become the first, for the first time in his career in TCR, a TCR Platinum Class champion nonetheless. What an amazing title, what an amazing performance. Wow, I'm just completely speechless about tonight. But looking at the finishing positions here in the USA for round 15, Kersey with the win, Tasmanian Devil with second place. But after that massive incident that he had with Seafreeze, of course, Sequid finishing third with a 3-second penalty to his name, but managing to keep that position. Fike in fourth, Chatty Duck in fifth, 007 managing to come back to sixth from starting 10th, so great performance from him as well. The KGB Black Angel in 7th, Mebi in 8th, Damaso in 9th, started 14th, very good recovery as well. GTR Lion taking the last point here in 10th place. Mick Marcodi in 11th, Seafreeze crashing out of the race on the very last lap with just a few corners to go, and Flip Flop Fish, Z-Grease, and W all did not finish the race here today. So wow, I am absolutely just I'm completely speechless after that. And this race really delivered everything we were expecting from it. Lots of battling. We had that huge DRS train going from 1st to 9th place for about half the race here, and then all of those battles at the top, where, you know, I had to do maths on the fly here to try and figure out what this is gonna mean for the championship standings at the end of the race. And yeah, it's just wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It really was. I'm trying to get these guys in the party.
Alright, so we'll give them a few moments here to join us. It's gonna be the 2 Mercedes drivers, and we're also gonna have, of course, in the AlphaTauri, the champion. We're just gonna give them a couple of minutes to join in, but in the meantime, Motor City, just tell us about, you know, your impressions with this race.
Well, I think it was a really, really good race, and I think, you know, Kersey ran a really, really good race, and he couldn't have run a better race. I mean, he did get lucky with Sequid getting a drive-through penalty, but you never know. That might have not even mattered. So I mean, it's great. It's great to see Kersey win the championship. Congrats to him, and I think I think he could win another one, to be honest with you. I mean, he was pretty quick.
Absolutely, and I'm sure this is going to give him a huge boost to his driving confidence and to, your overall career. I mean, TCR has come a long way. Don't forget, we're in season 10. We have so many different drivers that have come through. We have a pretty good, audience of viewers that tune in every single week to all the three classes. So to win here, it should mean quite a bit to a lot of drivers. I know, last season, myself and Silver coming into TCR for the first time, I had the honor and the privilege of fighting for the championship with F1 Racer, and we brought it down to Mexico to the season finale, where unfortunately he won. But when it came down to those last couple of races, and I knew that I was in a position to fight for the championship, it meant so much in that moment, and I'm sure it means a lot to Kersey right now and to everybody else. So I'm just gonna message Tasmanian and Sequit to try and get them to join the interviews here, because I did see that we got Kersey who joined us, but we're gonna give those guys just another moment here, and because I want to leave the best for last. I don't want to start with the champion and then go to P2 and P3. So I do want to see if we can possibly get them here in the next couple of moments. I just messaged them on our Discord chat, but this gives us a good chance, I guess, to mention our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. So guys, if you are looking to get some equipment from Fanatec, check out the link in the description. You can help out the league in also helping yourself out and helping your racing rig out by getting some great Fanatec equipment. I know about 60% of the drivers in TCR drive on Fanatec equipment, and they absolutely love it. So check that out. Check out our website as well if you guys want to join this league, if you want to become drivers here and drive with some of the best, like Kersey and Sequid and Freeze and all of those guys in all the different tiers. We have 3 different classes. We have silver, gold, and platinum. We give a little bit of different variety of skill levels, of assist levels, so don't be afraid to apply. Fill out the application on the website, and you guys can become a member of TCR Racing as well, and I'm sure we will welcome all of you guys on board. We'll be excited to see some new drivers, as we only have one more race left in season 10, so we're going to be looking for a lot more new drivers for season 11 for all 3 classes. So I did see that we have Sequid that joined up with us, so since we can't get Tasmanian in at the moment, we will go with Sequid. You are actually in P3 if I'm not mistaken, so congratulations on P3. Very good race for you. It was pretty good at the start, then you had a little bit of a moment there that dropped you back a little bit, but you managed to recover all the way back up into P3. Tell us about it.
I mean, like I said, congratulations to Kersey. It's most likely, if Taz gets a penalty for that whatever incident at the end, because I saw Seafreeze in the wall, then it'll go down to Mexico, but I don't think anything's going to happen at that, so just let's give a congratulations to Kersey. It was a long season, and today's race just showed the unluckiness for me, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he's been pretty mint condition the last couple of races I've been doing with work, and it just hasn't been easy. But was leading under the safety car. Didn't have the greatest pace, but I had some pace. I don't know what happened with me and Kersey at the beginning. I apologize, but apparently it wasn't my fault. It was just some racing incident, and VSC came out, of course, perfectly as I'm entering the second sector of my out lap on the new tires, and everybody just got a jump on me. And then I had a stupid drive-through penalty. That's what killed it. If I didn't have the drive-through penalty, I would have finished ahead of Kersey most likely, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's just a game, but it's been a tough season. I think this will be my last race with TCR for a little bit as well.
Wow,
after, Mexico.
So we're gonna be losing the 2 drivers whose names I keep on, confusing on stream, Seafreeze and Sequit. So it's gonna make, I guess, my life a little bit easier, but it's definitely gonna be sad to see you guys go. You've put on quite a show. Yeah, Seafreeze let us know a few races ago that he wants to take a year off or a season off from racing in TCR. He's obviously still going to be, doing all the great work that he does in the background to make sure that it runs. But yeah, he's going to be taking the season off to focus on some other things. But I wanted to ask you, Sequid, you were running there on that hard tire. A lot of people this week were complaining that it had zero pace. How did you make it work?
Oh, it had pace. I just had those little moments. You know what I mean? Had the little moments that you needed to like really throw the car into the corner, get heat in, because it was me catching at a rapid pace the top three, and that's about it. I mean, the car wasn't that crazy. Grip, I mean, I had to fight, but it had enough grip, if that makes any sense. And yeah, yeah, I'm gonna definitely take. I'm most likely gonna take a season off. And actually, me and Kersey talking about he wants me to get a PC. He wants me to start getting a PC and stuff. And maybe I'll go over there. I don't know, but I just got my PlayStation 5 and I got a new monitor, so I'm starting with that first. But maybe in the near future, you'll see Sequid switch over to a wheel.
All right. Well, I really hope that we will still see more of you in this league in TCR. Maybe not next season, but maybe the season after that. But definitely, don't want to see you completely disappear from here. But Motor City, did you want to ask anything from Sequid?
Yeah, I just want to say, Sequid, great season. It was great watching you race. You're one of the most aggressive drivers, and it's just unbelievable to see that you can make these moves work. And
Thanks,
it's
man.
crazy. And you won some races. You finished second in the championship, and I just want to say congratulations. And
thank you. But
great season.
you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally think it's over. I don't know like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Taz and Seafreeze incident, but doesn't matter. It's Mexico is going to be one of those nice races and stuff, so it's going to just be most likely a chill race. I know Kersey's going to just be chilling as well, so.
All right, Sequid. Well, congratulations on P3 here tonight. Good season overall. Just, you're as Motor City said, you're one of the best drivers that we've got in TCR here. So I'm hoping to see more of you in future seasons. Also hoping to see you at the season finale in Mexico. That will be not a good one to miss. So hopefully you'll make it there. Did we get Tasmanian Devil into the party?
Yes,
are you here?
we did.
Tasmanian, are you here? Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Well, congratulations on P2. Good finish for Mercedes, P3 and P2. But, of course, there was that big incident between yourself and Seafreeze right at the end of the race. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, first off, I just wanted to say congratulations to Kersey on winning the championship. So, yeah, I mean, he's been really impressive all season. So, he definitely deserves it. And then congrats to Sequid on getting P2 in the championship. That's obviously just as hard to do. So, yeah, congrats to those two. But on the incident, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. I go for the switchback, and then going into the left-hander before the long right-hander, he sweeps to the right, and our wheels tangle. And then, like, he just spins and drags me with him into the wall. So I'm not really sure why he swept right, knowing like I was right there, but it is what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened, but yeah.
All right, and tell us about your season so far. I know we still have one more race to go in Mexico, but you've done pretty well as well. Actually, with tonight's finish with the extra 18 points to your name, this is going to jump you up to 4th in the championship, and you're going to be, in a pretty safe position there. So, pretty good performance overall in the season, but tell us about it from your perspective.
Honestly, I thought it was pretty poor. Made some silly mistakes, had some poor qualifyings. Yeah, there was a lot of frustrating things that occurred throughout the season, so I know I could have done a lot better. But all in all, P4, at least that's where I am provisionally. That wouldn't be too bad.
All right, and Motor City, any questions for Tasmania Devil?
I just wanted to ask. I know you had a decent lead. Did those medium tires start heating up on you, and did they lose grip?
No, there was never a case of the mediums overheating. It's just that I got front wing damage battling my teammate. And around here, you really don't want wing damage because you just lose so much time in Sector 1. And do the long right-hander in sector 3. So pretty much from that point on, when I realized I had damage, that the win was pretty much not going to happen. Like, I know I had a lead, but yeah, it was just so slow in sector 1 that I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, well, great finish, Taz, and great season, man. You still got one more race to show what you can do.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, yeah, good luck next week in Mexico in the season finale. But now it is the man of the hour and the man of this season with 6 wins to his name, 9 podiums in Season 10 in Platinum class, winning the championship here tonight in USA with another win to his name in true champion fashion. It's Kersey in the AlphaTauri. Massive congratulations. As everybody already said, you fully deserved it this season. You got everybody beat. You had very consistent performances pretty much throughout the season. You had a couple of, races here and there where you had a couple of problems, but you still managed to get some good points to your name and keep the championship going all the way up until tonight. And even tonight, you technically won this championship by tie, or not by tying, but basically by making it so Sequit can only tie you on points if you don't score next week in Mexico and he scores the maximum 26 points, but you have more wins than anyone else in this season, so that puts you right up there. Congratulations again, you are the champion of Season 10 Platinum class. How you feeling about that?
Yeah, it feels good, man, because it's been a really long season, and especially it was extremely I was pretty unmotivated after race 3 or 4. I think after 4 or 5-ish, something like that, I think I was down maximum 68 points in the championship or something like that. The first kind of stint of the season was really tough, and I was massively down, and people around me would just kind of tell me to stick it through. It's a long season and anything can happen. Professional was always very supportive of my teammate as well, and I don't know what happened between Taz and my teammate there, but my teammate also drove a really good race there. He was sticking with me as we were trying to catch up to Taz the last stint, and I don't think he ever lost DRS, so I don't know what happened there. It was pretty unfortunate from what I saw, a little bit of it, but he definitely deserves a mention. It was a really good drive from him. But it feels good because I haven't won a championship yet, because I haven't been league racing that long in general. But from being down so many points and had a lot of misfortune the first stint or so of the season, it feels good for sure.
Yeah, it looks like from the standings for the first half of the season there, before we went on break between Spain and Austria, you only had a couple of podiums with 3rd places, but other than that you only had 5th, 9th, and a couple of DNFs. And then Spain really seemed to be the turning point. You got your first win of the season, and then from there on you got all of your other 4 or 5 wins now, and another podium and a bunch of points to your name. And everybody around you in the championship really had a little bit of a downturn. But I wanted to ask you about that. You really mentioned that the season could turn in any direction, that you weren't feeling like this could even be possible after that first stint of the season, and now you are in the champion seat, and you have the crown pretty much of Platinum class, of the top tier of TCR. At what point do you think, in the last couple of weeks, or was it really today in the race, when you sort of felt like this is it, this is my championship?
I don't know. I always felt like it was obtainable after, I want to say, Australia. That was quite the turning race, kind of like a very, it kind of flipped the tables upside down a little bit. And I think after that, I felt really good in a lot of the races, and kind of took it to another level. And I felt like after Australia is when I started to think that it was a properly doable job, because even in the first stint of the season, it was still technically mathematically possible for me to win the championship if I won every single race, kind of thing. But after Australia, I think that's when I started to kind of believe it a little more that it was something that was definitely obtainable.
Motor City, we want to talk to our champion.
Yeah, I just want to say, Kersey, congrats on the championship, and
Thank you.
it was really unbelievable to see you. I believe you got spun, and you came all the way back from that. That was
Yeah, I'm not too sure how I managed to do that. I think I just outbraked myself. Secret didn't. I don't think he really did anything. I couldn't. It was in the blind apex left hand penultimate corner, and there's no like real breaking point as it is. We were side by side, and I just kind of broke a little too late. And it was just a racing incident, really. But I ended up getting spun, and the next couple laps after that were pretty tough because my tires were massively overheated and couldn't cool down. And I definitely got some fortune with the VSC for once, for the love of God. And just felt like I had some decent pace. I think I had the freshest tires out of the people in front of me, and yeah, I was able to just kind of keep a very consistent pace. And I guess Taz, like I said, I had damage, and I saw the rate at which I was catching him, and I was just trying to take it a lap at a time, and just kind of do my own race, and eventually I was gonna catch up to him. But yeah, it was just that situation there. It wasn't his fault or anything like that, and yeah, it was just, I think it was a pretty decent drive for me to come back from that.
Yeah, it was. Congrats on the championship, man, and the amount of wins that you had was unbelievable, and hope to see you back next season and repeat.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, and congratulations once again to Kersey winning the TCR Season 10 Platinum Class Championship. What an incredible drive, having come back from not a very good start to the season to winning the championship here in the USA Grand Prix with another win to his name as well. And also congratulations to Sequid and Tasmanian Devil for finishing P2 and P3. Of course, there might be a review from Seafreeze on that incident. We don't really know. It definitely looked like somewhat of a racing incident. We'll have to wait and see for that. But what an incredible drive from all of our Platinum Class drivers here tonight. And of course, one more race left in this Season 10 in Mexico for the season finale. 2 classes are already decided, but one more class, the silver class, is still up for grabs between 2 drivers there, between I think it's Paz and I can't remember who the second driver is, but it's definitely very, very close between those 2. So join us next week on Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern for the silver class race in Mexico, and then we're gonna have Wednesday for gold and Thursday for the last race in Season 10 in TCR. So huge thank you to all of our drivers again. Huge thank you to our podium finishers. Huge congrats again to Kersey. Huge thank you to Motor City for joining me again in the commentator booth.
Yeah, thanks guys. I had a great time doing it, and hopefully I'll be back next week for Mexico in the season finale.
Alright, and also again a huge thank you to all of our TCR officials, our TCR stewards, everybody who works on the league and make sure that it's working every single week for all 3 classes. There's definitely a lot of work to do there, and a huge thank you to all of those guys. Also again, thank you guys all for watching. Leave us a like, leave us some more comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so you can stay up to date on all of the TCR action that happens here. But from myself, BLIN-MACHINE, from Motor City in the commentator booth here tonight, and from all of us at TCR, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week in Mexico for the season finale. Have yourself a great night.